Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to build a deck or an armoured battle group for the British in Warno, made by Eugen Systems. Once you get into the game, you're going to have to select an account and then create this account here. Once that's done, from this main screen you'll be able to go to the armory. Once you click on the armory, you'll see there are all the different units in the game that you can look at from all the different nations. Now again, this is basically a pre-release product. It'll have more units and divisions when the game gets released. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Today we're going to create a British battle group. This window is pretty much designed for you to just compare all the different units. To create a battle group, you want to go down to the bottom left here and click on battle groups, and then you want to click on create, and then you want to click on the battle group of your choice. In this case I'm going with the British 1st Armoured, which is an A-class armoured battle group, and then hit select. And then you will get all the units available to you that would be in a British armoured battle group in the 1985 era, plus or minus a year or two. So at the very top here you'll find empty unit slots, and then you'll have a total of 50 activation points that you can choose from to fill up your battle group. To capture every objective in the game, you need to have command units. And what we're going to do here is compare the different command units. If you see I click on a unit, on the right side it'll show you the kind of unit details card. Explaining this one here, this costs 80 points. We can bump it up to veteran status or have it down at train status. You'll see that changes the amount that you get. The Sultan command team or command vehicle costs a little bit more than the FV432, but it's faster. If you look in the bottom right here, you'll see the speed of 35 kilometers an hour, and for the Sultan it's 53. That can be important depending on your style of play. Many times I will race and capture a victory point or a objective, and I like a nice fast vehicle to do that. So in this case I'm going to go with the slightly more expensive one, which is the Sultan. Let's look at the Land Rover. Land Rover is 61, so it'll do it even faster, but it's not going to survive very long. So I'm going to stick with the Sultan. Slightly better armor, medium speed, and a standard high cost. Okay, next we want to fill it up with supply units. The Stalwart is one of my favorites. The Stalwart is amphibious and it carries 2,500 supply points. So I'm going to pick at least one of those. Now I'm using up 2 activation points. So far I've used up one a piece for those. So I've spent 2 activation points out of 50. If I want more stuff, as you go higher and get more stuff, I just realized I said stuff instead of stuff. Ignore my goofiness, it's morning and I've had plenty of coffee. Anyway, I want more logistic supplies, so I'm going to go with the Bedford. This is costing twice the amount of points, activation points, as the Stalwart. So I'm taking at least one of those. I'm going to take some helicopters. They're expensive, but they carry a lot of supply. Carry 4,000 supply points and they move much faster, but they're very fragile and are of course subject to anti-air. If you ever want to get rid of this screen, you can just press that button right there. That gets rid of it. I'm leaving it up so you can see the different units. So anyway, I'm going to add the Chinook cargo, and last of all I'm going to add the field supply point, and that is a unit that I think you can only place at the very start in the planning stages right now. Maybe that'll change in the future. Next we're going to pick infantry. I am going to pick the armoured rifles. On the left here there are lots of different types, some very cheap MPs, but you'll see they don't have an awful lot. Got small arms, they'll be good at close in range, but they'll not be able to hold up against any armor. We are going to create an armored battle group, so we could give them a vehicle, a Bedford, that's what they come free with, so it's 85 points plus 20, 105 points. A 432, which is basically an armored transport with a machine gun, and then a warrior ICV or infantry combat vehicle. That's what we're going to use, and we're going to keep them with trained, and that's as many as we're going with because we already have 2 commanders or command units here, and then in the infantry we've got 2 more, and in the tanks we'll take at least 2 more, so that should give us plenty of command. Next I'm going to pick the armored rifles, and I'm going to go with the warrior with the Milan. If you look, you can compare on the right the 2 different units. This one does not have a Milan, this one has a Milan for only 5 extra points, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take a bunch of them. So 9 sections is about 3 platoons worth. Take some more, take some more, take some more, I think. Oh, actually I made a mistake. If you look here, the Law 80 has a penetration of 20 and a range of 195. This unit has penetration 13 and a range of 175. So I'm going to pop these guys back out, and I'm going to take this slightly better one. It's 10 points more. Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. They've got no warrior to work with it. Well, that's no good. The warrior, of course, comes with a Milan, which is super effective. So I guess we are going to pick this one.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please take a second to let everybody know by smashing that like and subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and you'll really help the channel grow. Also, it would be absolutely brilliant if you could leave a comment and share your thoughts with everyone. Back to the show.
And more of those, and more of those, and more of those. So if that's like less than a company, we've got about 1, 2, 3, about 3 to 4 companies worth of, or 3 to 3.5 companies of infantry. And we're going to take some cheap troops as well. So assault pioneers, I think I'm going to take a command unit of assault pioneers in Bedfords, just for cheap troops. And then these guys have the Carl Gustaf, so I'm going to take them. And hopefully I can keep all of that. So that gives me a good healthy amount of infantry with anti-tank capabilities. And you fight a lot in towns and cities, in built-up urban areas, so you'll need a lot of infantry. Artillery, I am going to take this one here. This is a 155mm gun, and it's a pretty good gun. It's much better than our other alternative, which is the 105 gun. See how the range and the HE and suppression go up. So I'm going to take at least one of those, possibly 2. I may have to get rid of that one, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's an armoured battle group, we need lots of tanks. So we want to take the Command Chief Challenger, Chieftain is a 1970s era tank, it's a good tank. And if I need cheap ones, I'll take those, but right now I'm looking for the best available. The Challenger Command Tank, I'm going to take one of those. Again, look at the gun stats over here, the range is all pretty good. And so now we have armored capability to capture objectives. And then I'm going to take a small element of Challenger 3, so we're slightly better. The gun remains the same, the armor remains the same. I think it's the gun that's different, hang on. Yeah, so it's got a better gun on it. Or better rounds in it, one of the two. And I'm going to take quite a few of these. and I want to take some strikers, but I'm watching my points, so I'm being careful here. I'll take a unit of chieftains, which is a much cheaper tank, and then I'll take a unit of strikers. The swing fire and the striker, the only difference is there's 10 swing fires and 16 in the striker. In the swing fire mode it's got 16, sorry. In the striker mode it's only got 10. I think they've got the same stealth, so I'm taking the swing fires. Okay, so next, now you see I'm slowly starting to fill up the units on the bottom here. I'm watching my points. I don't have a lot left. For reconnaissance, I am going to take the scimitar, and the thing about the scimitar is the gun will actually shoot against ground targets and helicopter targets. It's got mediocre stealth, which is not great, but it's got good optics. So I'll put that with my armored formations, and then this one here is a nice cheap with very good optics, so it's a reconnaissance unit that's very mobile, but it's also very fragile, so I'm going to take some of those. If I get the chance, I'm going to come back and take some scouts. The scouts are very good and very exceptional on stealth, and they can fly in a lynx, but I don't know if I'll have enough points to take them, so that'll be my last choice. I'm definitely taking tracked rapier. It's a great system. There's 6 at a time, there's 8 at a time with 6 HE, and they can shoot against helicopters and aircraft, and they've got great range, and accuracy is pretty good at 55. I'd like to take, well, let's take those to start with, and I'd like to take some of these guys to mix them in with the infantry, but we'll see how I'm doing on points towards the end, because as you can see I'm getting pretty low on points. So I definitely want to take the AH-7 Lynx, which fires the TOW. That way I can get some quick anti-armor assets out to a crisis spot if I need it. And maybe I'll take more, but we'll see how we're doing on points. Last but not least is air. In this game you have to worry about vehicles, command, infantry, artillery, tanks, reconnaissance, anti-aircraft, attack helicopters, and air all in one, so you have to multitask. You need a good rounded battle group. Again, this is my version of how to choose a good well-rounded battle group. If you want the best, you want to go with, in my opinion, the Americans, which have really expensive units, but they're really good and effective. The Brits can be very good, good to very good, not quite as good as the Americans, but also the cost is a little bit lower on average, I find, when I play. So when you pick aircraft, I like to take some anti-aircraft. See the AA right here? So I've got the Tornado F3s for a bit of anti-air. I'll commonly fly those around at the back of my position to fend off any air. If you wanted to take the anti-SAM loadout, this would be it. The AGM-88 anti-radar alarm. Are very good at taking out radar-based SAMs. Not sure if I'm going to take them on a general purpose group. Maybe I will if I have the points later, but we'll see. The Tornado GR1 is very good. I wish I had the GR3 in here, but I guess it's not around at that point. And then the Jaguar GR1 has the advantage of retarded freefall bombs, so it can fire from low altitude. You can highlight over sectors to see what it says too, just like that. The nice thing about the Jaguar GR1 is it also carries infrared air-to-air missiles, which it's not designed for air-to-air, but it works well. So we're taking that, and then we're taking the classic ground attack Tornado. And here I have 48 out of, and the extra 2 means I can go up in XP in some units if I want, or I could spend those 2 points. So I could buy more here, but let's see how we're doing. I think I want to take these guys here, and Tanks are good. Reconnaissance, I got 1 point to spend, so I'm going to take these scouts like I wanted to before. I'm going to add them. Now the nice advantage on these guys now is I can land the scout team on a flank and then pull the helicopter back and then use the helicopter again. I can either dismiss it for points, or I can use it again to take some infantry forward to slowly build up something in the rear area. Doesn't always work out well, but it's a lot of fun to try. So that is about, oh, the only other thing left to do is, let's call this the 13th UK Battalion Battle Group, and hit enter. That'll give it a name. And it's important that you pick a name that you can recognize easily when you actually are in the menu to start the game, and hit save. And there you have it. That's how to put together a battle group, in this case a British armoured battle group, kind of the best and heaviest that the Brits can produce in this time period. And it's well rounded, it's got a little bit of everything. I've spent all of my points. So next we would close out of here, and then you'll see it saved in the battle groups. If you sort it by country, come down to the British, you'll see in here is the 13th UK Battalion Battle Group. There's other battle groups I've created. 22nd Armoured Brigade Battle Group is one of my favourites, I like to play those guys. And so you can close that. Come on back here to the game itself, go into multiplayer or solo. In this case we're going to pick solo, and then Army General is the campaign. There's only one campaign right now, there's more coming out later. If you haven't played the game, definitely go through these tutorials, and they're really worth it and they explain a lot. I did them all when I first started playing the game. So in this case, operations like mini campaigns. Load is where you watch videos. Skirmish is where you would launch a battle. To launch a battle, you're going to go ahead and pick out your battle group. Again, sort by country. 13th battle group, hit select. And then you would launch. And we'll do this in the second video. That is how to create a deck or a battle group, specifically a British armoured battle group. You can create any types of battle group and be as creative as you want. However, my recommendation is to have something in every category: tanks, infantry, armour, anti-air, reconnaissance, logistics, etc., etc., so that you got the versatility to do what you have to do. But again, build it in your own playstyle, have a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that video. It's been a short one. Peace out, love and hugs.
Saxon hopes you enjoyed this episode. For more content like it, please support the channel by hitting the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Let us hear your feedback and leave a comment too. Thanks for watching.